Melbourne's gone like the tiger of old.
Alrighty, Tiger fans, it's our favourite time of the week. It's the North Melbourne Deathride Chart video. And look, unfortunately, the result this week was all on the shoulders of the Tigers. It would have been a nice way to create a bit of separation between the two clubs if we were able to just secure those 4 points. And that's probably why I was a bit bummed about not winning that game, because it would have meant life was a little bit harder for North to climb above us on the ladder. As such, they ended up knocking us over by 4 points. And now they've closed the gap to us, at least on the ladder. But thankfully, a few other results went our way, which was good. West Coast winning kind of mitigated, I guess, the result of the Kangaroos beating us, because it kind of means that they're still caught up to where Kangaroos are, which was one good thing. Sydney beating Carlton was another good result because they were another one who are in that next group of clubs just above us to still keep that lead ahead of them. And Melbourne winning as well against Brisbane was a little bit more unexpected, obviously, against the Lions. But that again meant that they sort of pushed up another 4 points. So in totality, North Melbourne are actually no better placed this round than what they were last round because of the other results that ended up going our way, which is a good outcome. It could have been a lot worse. They could have closed the gap a little bit more and been a bit closer to passing a few others. And they've actually got a bit of a crunch week or couple of weeks coming up, the Kangaroos. They've got Collingwood this week, which is a really, really tough game. Then they've got West Coast, who maybe is starting to find some form and confidence. That's not as easy as what it maybe once would have been considered. And then they've got Fremantle over in Perth. So that's not a gimme either. So it's going to be a really, really interesting couple of weeks. Kangaroos still have a lot of work ahead of them to improve their ladder position. But with that said, let's go and take a look at the current situation of the Deathride Chart. Alright, so here we are. Here's the Deathride Chart. We've had to add in the bloody green box with a W on it because they did knock us off, which hurts me to put it on there. But it is what it is. But the good thing is they're still at 7 losses. They're still 17th on the ladder for the reasons I mentioned earlier. And we've still got the second draft pick, which is very, very handy. So all in all, not too bad of a result, all things considered. And look, even when and if they do pass us, it'll still be picks 2 and 3 that we'll have. I mean, pending all the West Coast Oscar stuff and all that kind of jazz. But we're still in an okay spot. We just need Melbourne to keep winning. We need Carlton to keep winning. Port Adelaide is starting to slip a little bit. Wouldn't mind them getting another win or two on the board. The Kangaroos obviously get Paul Curtis back as well this week, I think. So that's going to strengthen their lineup a bit more. And they seem to have gotten their shit together in the midfield a little bit too. So look, I've always felt like they were going to maybe click at some stage and it's just taken a little bit longer. But hopefully the Collingwood Magpies can get back onto the losing trend for us for North Melbourne. And look, we give ourselves half a chance against Essendon. You know, it's a 50-50 game. Losing Lynch and Bolt is not ideal. But if we bring the same heat we did against the Roos, you never know your luck. So hopefully we can somehow jag 4 points and skip a little bit further ahead. But otherwise, that is the North Melbourne Deathride Chart for this week. Still got pick 2, still happy days. And yes, hopefully we can see a big L this week to make us feel a bit more at ease about it all.